we can do 9, but hear me out. Hear me out. So we've got the 9 proper Gallows songs, right? A couple of interlude bits, right? That are part of track 10.
Really know that's going to be a song that we're going to write. That's going to be a Gallows song. I told you this was killing me. Would you stop?
We are in Titan Studios in Watford, where we've been holed up for the last kind of 8 days or something.
Yeah, less than that. Not even a week.
A week or so, yeah. Just recording our new record. It's a great studio that our long-time producer, friend, collaborator and partner in crime, Steve Sears, now owns.
I think it's awesome because we got to work on the last record, so like we know how to piss each other off and not piss each other off, and it's awesome. It's wicked. Everyone knows what they're doing. Like everyone's done it all before, you know. So it's really, I think that's cool. The fact that we worked together before makes it, you know, I think like we trust each other. If I've got a stupid suggestion about something, they'll either get shot down or we'll go with it. And we know what one to do now. You know, there's no like tiptoeing around or any of that.
You can also do like a classic Gallows mini pause thing.
You know, it's hard a lot of times turning over ideas to a producer because you're going to be worried about what he's going to do to him, but he really feels like another member of the band and we really trust him, so yeah, it's pretty seamless.
Yeah, I've been on tour with Steve a few times because he's playing a band called Cry for Silence, and back in the more metalcore days I'd go on tour doing merch, so he's actually one of the funniest people I know, and Stu's pretty funny.
Album 4 is coming along pretty well. It's getting there slowly but surely, but you know, we're writing like songs now. I feel like throughout Gallows' careers it used to be a lot of cut and paste riffs going on.
We're working hard to make sure all the parts sound good, all the structures are there, because I think that's the worst part, is, you know, when you go into it knowing you've got only a certain amount of time, is you just rush things. So we're still trying to take our time over the tracks.
I can't picture what you're doing because the first note of a shoot right. You know, the first album was very little thought went to the songwriting there. Like, I literally just show the guys the riffs and that was it. Do you know what I mean? We never really thought about like which verse fits into which chorus and all that.
That progression, I'd love to almost do like a muted part, like it sounds like Sham or something, like the progression.
We're going back and forth on a lot of the tracks, and hopefully, do you know what I mean, it's going to be all worthwhile. But we're pretty happy with what we've got so far.
While recording the 4th album, I think, you know, if you go back and listen to the first 3 full lengths, where, you know, Orchestra Walls, Great Britain and the self-titled, they're all, to me they all sound like Gallows, but they're all really different sounding records, and I think that's something that we don't necessarily like aim for. We just write songs that we want to hear, but as you know, we go on tour for 3 years on the record, you know, and our records never straight one after the other. We always take time. It's probably the quickest we've gone back in the studio after releasing an album, to be honest.
And I think when you've got a longer time to write, like we had with Great Britain, there was just a tendency to overthink every single part of every single song. And I think that happened with that album, with us definitely. You know, like we had probably 2 or 3 months to write it, and I wouldn't say the actual songwriting on that album is any better than the songwriting we're doing now. So like I think we do thrive under the pressure of having more constraints on time, I would say.
I think about 2% of what's going to make the record was stuff that was actually written beforehand. It's all happened in this room this week, and there is that kind of sense of urgency to it. I'm not trying to make everything like super perfect.
It's been a really different recording process from last time. We just approached it differently. We came in here and just said, we'll see what happens. And what's happened is we've made an entire record in a week.
Yeah, the content of stuff that's getting written is mad. Like, you know, I guess there's never any pressure to do a record, right? But I think it's pretty mental how many songs just come together really quickly.
So yeah, that's like the verse and the pre-chorus is the Would you turn that into maybe like maybe the second pre-chorus? You can do a crazy one.
It's different because everyone's got their own ideas, obviously. So you're kind of there's a lot of pitching riffs and pitching choruses and pitching verses, and you know that's how it should be. It's a band, isn't it? It's, you're a team. You're working together to get the best results. So it is completely different to that first record where it was simply a case of presenting the music and that's it. So you know it's different. It's harder, but in the long term it's going to be more rewarding.
Lyrics are always the thing that mean the most to me about other music. You know, the musicians I love the most put a lot of pride and care into that, and so it's something I really kind of pine over and take my time with, and I'm constantly revising, you know. But I don't know, it doesn't need to be easy.
But right now, yeah, we're loving life, and it's definitely what I would consider to be a record that mostly shows like our influences. I think with Gallows in the past, we've totally tried so hard to be original and not really like wear any of our influences on our sleeves, which is what we've always been one of those bands that you can't really place in a. Is it a metal band? Is it a punk band? Is it a hardcore band? Is it just an indie band that's a bit noisy? What is it?
Gallows never really had any long-term plans to begin with. You know, like when we did the first record, like Frank actually left the band before we even hit the studio, so we were in the studio recording the album and having different singers come in and try it, and you know, I think that's pretty much how Gallows was and always has been. You literally, you know, you don't know what's going to happen next, and I've always said, like, you know, like Gallows gigs are completely unpredictable, and you know, the same with our future. Like, I don't think we really thought about doing another album this year until I got all the guys over to Watford in February, and I was like, look, we could probably crack out an album, you know, and we did. Recorded a few demos, recorded Chains and Wrist Slitter, and yeah, everyone was like on board. So do you know what I mean? Like, who knows what we'll be doing next year?